Why was the Dog the Bounty Hunter farm sold for a ridiculous price? What made Duane Chapman, the famous bounty hunter, give up his millionaire property for such an unexpectedly low amount? It seems impossible, doesn't it? When you think about people like Duane, it's hard to imagine that he would let go of something so valuable. But believe me, what seems unthinkable might have a much more complex explanation than you think. Who doesn't know the Dog's Farm? Located in Colorado, this place symbolized much more than just a piece of land. It was part of Duane Chapman's history and his journey to fame. Why would he make the decision to sell it? Was there something behind this deal that no one knew about? Follow this video, and let's explore all the mysteries and details behind this surprising sale. Duane Chapman, known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, had a life marked by challenges, fame, and a series of controversial decisions. The farm, which was the backdrop for many of his achievements, is now at the center of a sale that leaves many questioning why such an unexpected choice was made. To understand the depth of this decision, we need to look at the context in which it was made. Could financial problems have played a role, or was it a shift in focus in the bounty hunter's life? The truth is that Duane always had a strong bond with his farm, a place where he spent precious moments with his family and friends. But in a time when life priorities can change in the blink of an eye, even the most valuable assets can be left behind. Some believe Duane wanted to give his life a new direction, focusing on future projects and no longer on his old property. Others suggest he may have been forced to sell due to financial issues, although Duane never publicly mentioned such problems. Curiously, the sale of the farm wasn't an act of desperation, but rather a transition. Duane had always sought new challenges, and this sale could be seen as a way to restart, re-begin, and rebalance his priorities. If he had any debt or financial need, it was never clear, but one thing is undeniable. The change he experienced was not just external, but internal as well. The sale of Dog's Farm leads us to reflect on the decisions we make throughout our lives. Duane Chapman, despite all the success he achieved as a bounty hunter and TV star, showed that no one is immune to change. And these changes are not always related to financial issues. Sometimes they are related to a desire to reinvent one's own life, to distance oneself from the past, and to seek new paths, new adventures. But what really happened behind the scenes of this sale? To fully understand, it's essential to grasp Duane's life philosophy. The bounty hunter has always shown himself to be someone focused on protecting others, correcting past wrongs, and seeking redemption both for himself and for others. With this in mind, the sale of his property may have been a reflection of his own personal journey of growth and transformation. He might be trying to free himself from a past that was holding him back and embrace a more flexible future, less tied to what made him famous. Additionally, the pressure of fame is another point to consider. Living under the spotlight for so long certainly impacted Duane's personal life. As fame comes and goes and life circumstances change, the desire for privacy and a return to simplicity may become a necessity. Perhaps the farm represented the weight of an exposed life and the expectations that come with it. Selling that piece of land could be seen as a way for Duane to let go, to leave behind not just the property, but also what it represented in his public life. The sale could also be related to Duane's mental health. On several occasions, he shared that his personal life, with its emotional ups and downs, led him to seek a balance between family and work. The farm, with all its emotional and historical connections, could have been one of the factors contributing to the accumulated stress. The decision to sell might have been a way to ease this emotional burden, a way to start anew without the ties of the past. Now that we've explored the reasons behind Duane Chapman's sale of the farm, we can understand that the decision was not as simple as it seems. Throughout his life, Duane has experienced emotional highs and lows and constant challenges, and this sale can be seen as an attempt to rebalance his life. The farm, which was a symbol of his journey, became a burden, something that kept him tied to the past. By letting go of it, Duane made room for new possibilities and new beginnings. The questions raised throughout this video: why sell the farm? And what motivated this decision? Now have a clearer answer. The sale was not just a financial transaction, but a life transition. It was a way for Duane to free himself, both physically and emotionally, and focus on his personal and family growth. In the end, the story of Dog's Farm is not just about a famous bounty hunter selling a property. It's about how, at some point, we all need to make tough choices to move forward in life. We need to evaluate what holds us back, what prevents us from growing, and understand when it's time to move on. We've reached the end of this video, and if you made it this far, congratulations. You now know the story behind the sale of Dog the Bounty Hunter's farm. I hope it's clear now that often what seems like a simple financial transaction can be much more than that. It's a deep change, a life transition. Duane Chapman, with his decision, teaches us the importance of knowing when it's time to move forward and let go of the past, no matter how valuable it may be. Now, I invite you to continue this journey of discoveries. Be sure to check out our other videos on celebrities and intriguing stories. Visit the Celebrities Farm channel and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. And of course, leave a like if you enjoyed this content, share it with your friends, and comment below what you thought about this story. Would you make the same decision as Duane? I want to know your opinion. Congratulations for watching until the end. You are a successful person.